What internet marketing expert should you spend your valuable time listening to? Listen to someone who has over 20 years of web marketing experience and hundreds of website marketing success stories. That man is Aaron Sparks from Site Strategics. And this is Edge of the Web Radio.
Got an article from linkassistant.com. It's a great software tool out there that helps SEO professionals. But they had a great expose on this latest Google algorithm change. Now, Doug, tell me what an algorithm change is.
Well, basically, Google is always adjusting for quality and well, I mean, I guess it's just for quality, but basically adjusting its algorithm, its mathematical algorithms on how it puts the order, basically, of the websites that are found for certain keywords and key phrases. So Indianapolis SEO, right. They're going to take who's the most relevant based off of on-site information, off-site popularity,
right.
And they're going to serve up who they believe is the best that way.
See, I'm still waiting for that algorithm to change just a little bit inside that market because we're needing to bump one out of the way. And I'm just waiting.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'm just seeing that there's some relevancy that really needs to be adjusted.
It's not like the early days where you could just cheat it. I remember there was a consultant here in town, and he was like, I'm number one for Indianapolis social media. And like 2 days later, I had him out of there, and, and I was.
No more soup for you.
Yeah, we can't do that anymore. It was because I had like 20 different websites, and I just backlinked all of them, and boom, he was gone. So I was like, what are you ranked at now?
we hold that power very coveted. We do not use that
now it's very difficult to do. In fact, if you're trying to do that nowadays, chances are you're going to get buried. So.
You got that right.
Yeah.
And to that point is that different algorithm updates have been penalizations to effect of people targeted towards sites that were gaming the system with black hat techniques, focused a good deal on the inbound value that was being ascribed to sites by backlinking methodologies. Well, last week, Google announced its new Hummingbird algorithm update. I can't stress enough how I don't like that name, but anyway, the point is, and I understand why they named it that way, actually. They're putting a lot of SEOs, search engine optimization companies, into doubts and concerns. Why should this algorithm change? What does this mean to your website? Well, to make sure you don't get into panic about your strategy, we've got a short guide to actually explain what this update is. Now, this was announced on September 26th, and Hummingbird, in fact, was released a month prior and is said to affect 90% of search queries. I kid you not. 90%. That's what they're saying. Well, the issue here is that unlike penguin or panda, and you may have heard those different terms before, they all have to do with web spam or bad links or things that were gamed in the system. This is not a penalty-based update. It's actually aimed at those penalty-based websites, algorithms were aimed at cleaning up search engine result pages from low-quality content. But this is a change in the way that Google reads and reacts to different types of queries, right? Which lets the search engine now get the actual meaning behind a query rather than separate terms. Now, what's a query? Query is however you type into search. Now Google is actually thinking about what you're really looking for, not just a phrase, not just a combination of phrases, but how you're actually transacting, the conversational type of tone. Sure. So, for example, Hummingbird is all about Google being able to catch users' actual search intent and find the content that actually matches its intent inside of its matrix. So, the point is, let me give you an example here. A conversational phrase would be more like how to do something, or where is the nearest something, or how can I get something. That's conversational. Previously, those terms really didn't mean anything. That string of phrases didn't really mean anything. It was all about the combination of the target term, right? So how do I find a good SEO company in Indianapolis, right? SEO company in Indianapolis was what we as marketers are focusing on. Well, now they've expanded that particular contextual search, so you're looking at more of a target on that information. So, for example, if a user wants to know about how old is Miley Cyrus, she looks like she's acting about 6, but the user wants general information about Miley Cyrus, so the users will find that info in the Miley Cyrus biography that Google will actually show her up.
Yep.
Same thing from a navigational standpoint. The user looks up what is the official website for WAEC. The user wants to get to the WAEC website, so the user needs results that have to do with WAEC Direct, WAEC, or West African Examination Council. That's what somebody's looking for. All right. A transactional type of query is the user looks up where is the nearest Starbucks, right? So the user wants to locate and visit the nearest Starbucks, so the users will find it in the Starbucks locator page, not just a Starbucks main page. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think, and on top of this, this also dovetailed with what they just did 2 weeks ago, which was removing all keyword data out of Google Analytics.
Yeah.
That's very important because they want you to be found by consumers' intent,
Sure.
and they're hiding all of the keyword data to be able to even game the system of consumer intent. So
I thought they just wanted more pay-per-click money.
well, it was for that too.
Yeah, this update also, I think, too, I don't think this article really mentioned, but I think this has a lot to do with voice search in the future. That's where it's going to go with your phones.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you don't search where's the nearest Starbucks. You don't say Starbucks nearby.
That's right.
You say, hey Siri, where's the closest Starbucks, or Google Voice, or whatever, Google Now, or whatever it's called for Google.
That's right.
So I think that has a lot to deal with the voice search.
I would absolutely agree with you there. There's a couple steps that this article recommended you performing to actually get yourself prepared for the Hummingbird algorithm here. You know, you need to make sure that your content covers these informational queries. Create an educational Wikipedia type period of content in your site. Navigational queries are your brand name, your product name, or the name of your website. Transactional queries are using appropriate keywords in your content. For example, hire Jason Utt, a web designer from Annapolis. A little tip of the hat there. It's one of the guys that work for us. Hey, other things like leveraging synonyms and co-occurring terms. For example, theme relevant. Basically, you.
So wait, are you telling me that I have to speak English?
Oh, and guess what? Guess what? You can't game it. You can't keyword stuff. Google is looking for correspondence and transactional authentic communication, and you as an owner of a website or a marketing team need to now invest in content that's actually useful for people.
I like it.
You're listening to Edge of the Web Radio with Aaron Sparks. We're online with exclusive podcasts, the latest web news, and links at edgeofthewebradio.com.